absolutely sold me. Good morning, one and all. We got a special show for you today. We're going to be heading right down to Toro's headquarters to check out a brand new mower. And this machine may not be right for everybody, but for some of you, this may hit that sweet spot where it is exactly what you need. But I'm going to let you guys decide if it is or it isn't. Let's head to Toro right now. All right, good morning, guys. We are heading right into Toro's headquarters, and what is behind the doors of Toro's headquarters is a secret that I'm not allowed to show you. But it is my goal to someday show you what Toro has hiding behind these doors. What I can tell you is what's behind these doors is by far, easily, the most rigorous testing and quality control standards that I've ever seen anywhere, ever. It dwarfs, I thought Milwaukee Tools was phenomenal. What Toro does to their tools, to their equipment, to make sure before it gets into your hands, nowhere, no company, nothing has ever come close. And a couple handful of people besides myself, influencers, have had the chance to go behind the scenes. None of us have been able to record it, but you've probably heard them say the same thing. So, we're walking in now. I'm going to have to, unfortunately, turn the camera off. All right, guys. This is my buddy, Jared. Jared, how are you?
Great. How are you, Stan?
Doing excellent. You guys may have seen Jared in a couple videos in the past of mine, and he's a good friend. He's a good dude. But that doesn't mean I'm going to give you a free ride on this one. Toro has what they call, this is the Z-Master Revolution, Jared, and it's 100% battery powered.
Yes.
And before you turn this camera off, who is this meant for? Because there's guys that wake up in the morning and they love the smell of diesel.
Yep.
And there's guys that want nothing to do with batteries. So why would they even consider this? Who's your audience for this thing?
Yeah, and that's a good point. I mean, it's not for everybody. Like, battery-powered equipment, especially commercial grade, is going to be more expensive.
Okay.
So, a lot of people see that upfront cost, and they simply won't pay it, right? They don't see the long
This is meant for, there's really 3 guys that a mower like this is meant for.
Yeah, so it's for guys that maybe service a park or a school or a hospital is
right?
a good one.
Because you have a lot less decibels.
Yes.
Yep.
And so you can start earlier, you can mow later. It's less intrusive for the people that are, on site.
Mm-hmm.
So it's for those people, and it's also really for people that are trying to grow their business and be as efficient as possible. So it's not for the short-term, nearsighted contractor. Is there somebody that looks at the dollars and cents, looks at how much they're spending on gas monthly, looks at how much their maintenance costs monthly, and then they can go in and say, okay, the upfront cost on this is much more, but because of these savings, it's going to pay itself off in a year and a half or 3 years.
It's for the number crunchers.
Exactly.
So there's guys that get up and they love that feeling of getting on that mower and listening to that engine, and they tune into it and it just becomes part of their being. But then there's guys that don't care about that at all, and at the end of the month, all they want is the absolute most money they possibly can. But don't confuse this mower with being the money maker up front. This is the money maker at the back end of this, if I understand this absolutely correctly. So I said there's three people that enjoy this or can utilize this more. It's the guys that have specialty applications, hospitals, schools, things like that.
Yep.
It's the number crunchers, and then it's the guys that may suck at using a wrench.
Yeah. yeah. That's a good point. Right? Because the maintenance is so low. So if maybe, maybe your maintenance team is weak. Maybe you're not good at maintenance yourself and you're trying to control your own operations. People are hard to find, especially good people. So with this, yes, the maintenance is substantially lower. You don't have the belts. You don't have all the filters. You don't have the oil change. It's extremely helpful on the maintenance side and pulling down your maintenance cost.
Now this mower is actually built on a tried and true platform. This is not experimental from the ground up. You actually use the platform that we already know works, and that's the MyRide 4000. If I got this correct, is that right?
Yes, and we do have this available without MyRide, different deck sizes and everything. But I remember you in particular. You told me, you said that Z-Master 4000 with MyRide is my favorite boat. Like, this is the same Turbo Force deck that we have on our other equipment, right? So you know you're going to get a good quality of cut. This isn't a company that said, okay, I'm going to make a battery unit that knew nothing about cutting grass. This is a company that knows how to cut grass. So we took the Turbo Force deck and, like we said earlier, just made the power system battery instead of internal combustion engine. I'm not sure if I'm supposed
The MyRide 4000 is in my garage, and all the other mowers are out, and that one is absolutely one of our. Yes, it doesn't go out to the crew. When I really like something, the boys don't get to play with my toys.
I understand.
Yeah.
So no, we took that Z-Master 4000. We came out with that in, I believe it was 2021.
Okay.
And, a whole new design of, we went away from the Z-Master 3000, 5000, 6000 design and came up with the 4000. It's got a bigger front end. It's got a slightly more pulled forward weight balance. It has different amenities for the operator. I mean, 2 cup holders, a phone holder, USB port. So, it's built for high levels of durability. So we wanted to take that look and that feel and keep it consistent. So we basically took that Z-Master 4000 and repowered it with the Hypercell batteries, which were Toro designed, Toro developed, Toro controlled. That same stamp of quality that we put on everything is also on the batteries.
Okay. Now you have something that I need contractors to understand, and that is the cost estimate calculator.
Yes, that's a good point.
And this is for you number crunchers. So, for the number cruncher that wants to know, because this mower, brand new out of the box is like, 35 grand or something like that? I mean, roughly, every dealer's going to be different, something.
Yep, depending on what program you buy on, 30s, upper 30s.
Okay, so you're just looking at in the 30s. Now, this exact same mower using gas is going to be
teens.
In the teens.
Right, 14, 15.
And so some of you guys are going to go, I can't justify spending that much money, and some of you guys can't. That's why we're saying this is not for everybody. But for the number crunchers, at the Toro website, it'll tell you if you mow X amount of hours per year, where your break-even point is, and then from that point, it'll break down how much money you're saving. And the reason why I want to even bring this up is there's a guy in St. Cloud that you were telling me off camera that he's switching everything over to these because of the cost savings. He's willing to spend the money out of the gate because he's eliminating the maintenance end of it. He's eliminating the fuel end of it. He's eliminating the time it takes to do all of that maintenance. And he's done all of the calculations and determined that it's better to pay up front than to continually chip away at his profits long term.
Yes, that's exactly right. And what he's done is, people prior to that I talked with, they talked about, okay, we're servicing high-end accounts, estates, where the customers are requiring it. But he's looking at it from a different perspective. He's just saying, all right, I'm incorporating these in my fleet, but I'm not targeting those high-end value estates. What he's doing is he's working them in on his normal routes. Because I asked him why. I said, okay, why exactly are you doing that? Can't you charge a premium? He said, well, if I want to keep my route density high, then I can't have only a battery only route, right? So he said, I see the savings in the equipment from the fuel, from the maintenance, so I'm using this in my regular day-to-day operations. And yeah, he's expanding his fleet. And what we created to help people with that is at revolution.toro.com.
Okay.
And it's, as you mentioned, a cost calculator or a payoff calculator. So it goes in, if you're out in California, the cost of gasoline is higher.
Yep.
Right? So you can input the cost of gas, cost of electricity, hours that you'll use, the mower annually, and then also put in your maintenance costs. So again, this is for the number crunchers. You get very detailed with this. But if you think about that, if if I'm out and I'm mowing 300 hours a year, the payoffs, it's not going to pay itself off in a couple of years, right? So you need to look at those hours and see if it is right for your business, because, as we mentioned, it's not right for everybody.
That's why you guys provided that. So that, because there is no way to generically say this is going to save you money, because for some guys it may not make any sense at all.
Right.
But for other guys, they may make up the difference in 1 or 2 seasons if they're mowing in Florida every day of the month, right?
Right. It's like the 30-inch.
Okay.
Do you need a Turf Master, or do you buy the Residential Time Master? I mean, it's the same question. Different equipment for different operations. We want to provide you the assortment of products so that you can make the best decision for your business. And that revolution.toro.com is extremely helpful if you are interested in the battery side and want to see the payback value on that.
Okay.
So and they're getting better, but a lot of companies make battery powered, zero turn riders, they're jerky. Like if you're trying to be very efficient when you're operating it, it's kind of going all over the place, and then you're trying to compensate for it.
Uh-huh.
So the next thing you know is you're way out of line. So you got to slow down, try and keep a straight line. The controls on this are exceptionally smooth. So that's something that it gets down to that, the patents involved in the software controls. And then we also have max speed control. So if you got a new operator and you don't want them able to go 10 miles an hour, you can throttle that down, if you may, and set the max at 4 miles per hour, 6 miles per hour.
And this integrates with Horizon 360 as well.
Yes.
Correct?
So for that maintenance schedule, when the only thing you really need to do is add some grease to your drive motors, you can put that in there.
Yeah, but you have the capability with them to track your equipment as well. So you know exactly where your equipment is, what time of the day it was, whether it was working or not working, and real-time tracking as well. So you know exactly where your equipment is at any point. So there's a ton of benefits with it being able to seamlessly integrate with Horizon 360. Maintenance is one, but for your lowest maintenance mower, that's not going to be a game changer, right? It's for a $35,000 mower that you want to know, is it working, is it not working, because you've got to expense allocate it. That's when Horizon 360 kicks in and you go, holy crap, this is pretty cool.
Right, it's insight into exactly what's going on.
Yeah. Yep. Now you pointed at this one, so is there anything new with the Turfmaster HDX that we need to know about, Jared?
Yes. So the big thing, the reason we wanted to talk to you about this, Stan, is the casters.
Okay.
Right? So when you think about some of the most prevalent feedback is, holy smokes, this thing's heavy.
It is a tank, Jared.
Yes.
It is a tank. It is the heaviest push mower that I've ever laid my hands on.
Mm-hmm. And there are heavier ones out there. I'm not going to name names. But one way to get around that is, rather than have to push, the mower down and move it around.
Yep.
Casters.
Yep.
Right? So we came out with this caster design, and I think that, it was introduced earlier this year. It's actually done far better than we expected it to.
Well, it makes a heavy mower easy to move.
Yes.
So that's the big difference, is now this beast of a lawnmower, this tank, and I don't mean that in a negative way, because it is actually built the way you and I would want something built. You don't want something built where you're worried about it hitting a rock and it falling apart like a piece of paper in a windstorm. You want something that's going to be able to take some use and abuse, toss it in the back of a trailer, let it bounce around, hit it onto stuff, and this thing, it's built heavy in all of the right ways. I want to qualify that for you guys when I say it's a beast of lawnmower, because I don't want you to think it's a burden. It is just very well built. I got to clear that up. I'm sorry, go ahead, Jared.
No, that's the perfect point, Stan, is it is built very durable, and that's why people get into the discussion. Okay, Time Master versus Turf Master.
Yes.
I mean, well, how long do you want the units to last, right? And if you're pushing around and you have 10 yards in your neighborhood and you need to get in the back gates and you want a 30-inch, buy a Time Master.
Okay.
Right. So, but with this new caster design, another piece of it that I want to point out is that it can still lock. Right, so your casters can lock into place. They don't always have to be swiveling, if you would so choose to do that. But overall, the benefits of this with ease of moving the equipment around and ease of use has been really strong. And then, your height of cut, you can adjust that quick and easily. So this has been a very good unit with this update. And so we have models that come standard with this, but we developed a kit too so that it can retrofit onto older models too.
Okay, so I have one of the older models, and I could upfit that with this caster system if I wanted to.
Yeah, it depends on which model you have, but I'd recommend, looking at that model and then talking to your Toro dealer and saying, all right, can this model be retrofit or not?
Okay, and this is out now.
Yes.
Okay, so this one is out. This one is out. Is there other models for the Revolution besides this one?
Yes, so we have, heck is this one? I think it's 60 inch. Yeah, 60 inch with my ride. So we have regular 60 inch, we have 52 inch, we have 48 inch. We have the, the Grandstand Revolution, so 48, 52, 60 on the stand-on side as well. And then we also have 30 inch and 21 inch battery powered walk behinds. And then when you think about if somebody is turning a fleet battery, you don't just need a rider, you don't just need a walk behind, you need the handheld equipment too.
Yeah.
So last few years, Toro spent developing commercial grade battery powered handheld equipment, which would round out your fleet very well.
Yep, absolutely agreed. And if you guys are thinking about this, go to their website and check out that cost estimator calculator.
Yeah.
Okay? Because that's going to break it down for you. It's going to let you know if it makes sense or if it doesn't make sense for your application. Right? It's not about just blindly trusting somebody. Punch in your numbers, punch in your fuel cost, your electricity costs, and it'll tell you right then and there whether we're good to go. What's the website one last time, Jared?
Revolution.toro.com. And that'll show you the full lineup of battery powered products.
When I started this video, Jared, I said I walked into this facility and nowhere in the world, of all the dealers, manufacturers I've been to, including Milwaukee Tools, which I thought had the most impressive testing and facility I've ever been in, Toro eclipses everything. Nothing even comes close. They're like, oh, look at how cool this is. And I'm thinking, you guys just don't ever tour Toro because you would not. you don't want to go to the rich fancy neighbor's house and then go home and look at your own, right? But that's going to be it for this video. Big thanks to you, Jared. Appreciate you coming out, man. Always good to see this guy. And I hope you guys enjoyed getting the real deal. And I hope the information that we provide to you in these videos can help you figure out whether something is right or wrong. My job is to never put an opinion in your mouth. I'm not here to tell you buy this, don't buy that. Look at this, don't look at that. My opinion, or my job, is to show you all of the information and let you guys decide what's right for you. So I hope that helps, and that's all I got for you on this one. God bless, and go get them, you guys. We'll catch you on another one.